Nathan De Asha is back and better than ever with a new physique update. Behrooz Tabani needs help, plus much more. What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back for another bodybuilding news video. I'm going to kick this one off with an update, a full body physique update from HorseMD. We had one yesterday. It's a bit of a sneak peek of the back, but now we're seeing a full body side chest photo as well being taken by Rafael Brandão, fellow Brazilian IFBB pro and 10th place finisher at last year's Mr. Olympia. And HorseMD in these updates is weighing a massive 286 pounds or 130 kilograms, and it leaves a bit of a clue of when he's going to be competing in 2023 and says surprisey X ? Weeks out to the championships, 130 kilograms today. So when he says championships, now this is obviously a translated message, but I have seen a message translated from some other international IFBB pros, and they've also said the championships. Good Vito, I believe, said the championships. Maybe another one or two guys said the championships as well. And both of the other guys, or at least one of the other guys, meant the European Pro Championships, which is in 8.5 weeks from now, almost 9 weeks from now. So is HorseMD 9 weeks out of that contest where we're seeing a really big lineup? Potentially Nathan De Asha will be in that one as well. We've got a massive physique update from him coming up later on in this video. So will HorseMD be going against the likes of Nathan De Asha, Regan Grimes, Vitor Both, a whole bunch of names that are going to be doing that European Pro Championships? Possibly. And I would love to see it, and I cannot wait to see what HorseMD looks like in open pro bodybuilding. Even though we didn't see him in classic on a pro stage, we did see him prep for a classic show. I don't think he's going to make the weight. He was sick or something like that. But I think we're going to see a pretty impressive package from HorseMD. Will he be big enough though? Let me know in the comments. Will he be big enough to really contend in an open IFBB pro show, or will he still be a little bit undersized? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Our next physique update comes from Ali Edwards Kagbo, who's making his pro open debut. At least I believe it's his open debut in 10 weeks time. And I've got to imagine that show will be the IFBB Pro League Charroux Classic in France. And that's going to be on the 30th of September. And he looks pretty damn outrageous. And going through this physique update, he's really got a classic physique that is in the open class. And when you see him from the front, when you see him directly on from the back, you think he needs a bit more muscle. When you see him from the side and he hits that side chest, he looks every part of an open pro bodybuilder. And from those other angles as well, he looks really aesthetic. I think where he needs a little bit more muscle to really fill out his physique is in the back, but he has some great lines. And the reason why I say he's a future star is because he just has that structure, that shape. As long as he keeps that waist tight and he keeps those classic lines and he continues to add muscle to his physique, he is going to be a contender in so many lineups, basically in any lineup that he stands in, unless it's the Olympia or the Arnold Classic, because if he adds more muscle to his frame, he is going to be very, very dangerous, and he's in outrageous shape at 10 weeks out, and I cannot wait to see that pro debut. But let me know how you think this guy will go in his pro debut and in the future as well. Our next update comes from Liang Yan, who turned pro last year, competed, I believe it was the next day, and he looked really damn good, man. But I think the conditioning was just a little bit under where it needed to be. This is him 8 weeks out. I believe he'll be competing against a very, very good guy who we've got a physique update coming up from in this video. And that contest, I believe, is going to be the IFBB Pro League Flex Weekend Pro, which is going to be in Milan, Italy. And he's looking really damn good. Many people think that this guy's a 212 pro, and unfortunately, he's too big for 212. He looks like he's really extremely short, but his weight is too high to be a 212 pro, I believe. So he is in the open class. He's extremely thickly muscled, and he asks how people think he's looking for 8 weeks out in terms of conditioning. And I think that he's right on target because he needs to be sharp at 8 weeks out, because the conditioning was the issue last time. So if he can nail that this time with the shape he's got and the level of muscularity he's got in his physique, I think he'll do pretty damn well in what is not his pro debut, but essentially is his first show as a pro with any considerable amount of time, more than 1 day from actually turning pro. So it's sort of like his second pro debut. And honestly, I think this guy's going to be a very good guy in the future. I can see him competing in Mr. Olympia in the future. How well can he do and what is his ceiling? It's hard to say because of his height and just how much he can sort of grow on that physique. But if he can bring the conditioning in really, really sharp, he's got some parts of his physique that are sort of reminiscent of like a Flex Lewis. Now, I'm not saying he's that level. I'm not saying he's got that pretty of a physique, but he does have some parts like the forearms and the arms that are sort of reminiscent of a Flex Lewis. Now we have a physique update from the man he's going to be competing against, I believe, at least if they're both 8 weeks out, as they both say, and that is Nathan De Asha, who is looking amazing at 8 weeks out of that same contest, I believe, that Flex Pro that's going to be on in Italy, and then I believe he'll probably go on to do that European Pro Championship just 1 week later, because that just makes sense. And Nathan is looking crazy. This guy has had 2 torn biceps in the past couple of years, and it looks like those torn biceps are not an issue whatsoever. This is the best I have seen Nathan 8 weeks out of a contest, unless he's like just done a show or something like that and he's sort of on the rebound and coming into an Olympia or something like that. But he is in really good shape for him, especially 8 weeks out, because this guy gets in shape in a matter of a couple of weeks. You can give this guy 4 weeks and he'll be in this sort of shape and he'll be one of the most diced guys going into the show. So Nathan is looking super impressive. He looks big this far out because he tends to grow into his shows somehow as well. And yeah, just crazy impressed with Nathan De Asha. I'll have to get him back on another episode of Bodybuilding University. He's over there in the UK, so I normally have to do that at about 5 a.m. And the other guys, it's sort of in the middle of their training often, but I'll get a group of guys together. We'll do another episode of Bodybuilding University and get Nathan on there because everyone loves Nathan. He's always opinionated, and I want to get an update on what's been going on with his training because he is looking ridiculous. Many people have sort of written Nathan off and, oh, he's done. This is a guy that's finished as high as 7th place in the Olympia. He's a 9-time pro contest winner. He's going for 10 in his next contest. He can go past that as well. So he can be sort of up there in terms of one of the most winningest pros of all time. Now, I know Dexter has the record. I can't remember how many shows he's won, whether it's 26 or something like that, something crazy like that. But there's not many guys, if any, that have much less than that. I mean, there's a few guys that have 20, I think, but I mean, there's not many guys with 15 pro wins, 16 pro wins, 17 pro wins. So Nathan is in sort of elite company at this stage, and he can keep racking up titles. He seems to do these European shows and wins a lot of them as well. So Nathan is looking super impressive. Let me know your thoughts, and if Nathan is to make it to the Olympia this year and get on stage, where do you think he places? Because for me, he's easily within the top 10, but the top 10 right now is stacked. But if Nathan brings what I think he can bring to the stage, and he seems locked in, and it seems like he's really out there to prove everyone wrong and prove himself right, Nathan is dangerous, especially with the way, I suppose, the IFBB is moving in terms of favouring more of those aesthetic physiques, the smaller waists and just round muscle bellies. Crazy impressed with these updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, Behrooz Tabani, a Milos Sarcev client, he posted up this physique update. I messaged Milos. Milos also put some things on Instagram as well, essentially asking for help from the IFBB Pro League and anyone that is able to help on this. And he does not have his visa sorted as yet. And we're 16 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia. This is the second year in a row, I believe, that Behrooz has qualified for Mr. Olympia. And it could be the second time in a row that Behrooz is missing out. I have contacted Milos just about an hour or two ago from recording this video. He told me it's not sorted yet, and he's fearful that this same thing will happen again to Behrooz, where he will not be allowed into the country to compete in the Mr. Olympia. Now, if there is anyone out there, Behrooz needs our help. You can see here, he says, pray for me. Or he says, Lord, help me. So he wants to compete in the Mr. Olympia desperately. In the bodybuilding community, we need to do whatever we can to help Behrooz. And me putting this up here is essentially a call for help. So if anyone out there knows how to help Behrooz get into the US, he's an Iranian, living in Iran, I believe, at least that's as far as I know. If there's any way, any possible means you have to be able to help Behrooz Tabani get to the 2023 Mr. Olympia, because this guy is a potential top 10 competitor, and it would be so unfortunate for him and the fans if he's to miss out on another Mr. Olympia. So let me know in the comments if you have any way of helping. Contact Milos Sarcev, contact Dan Solomon, contact the IFBB, contact the Mr. Olympia, whoever you need to get to to get this information. If you do have any information on how he can get into the country, please do that, because this guy is a workhorse. I believe he's prepping for the Olympia. And if he's not able to compete again, that would be completely heartbreaking. But I do encourage Behrooz, if he is prepping and he can't make it to the Olympia, hit up some other shows in whatever countries you can actually get to, because it'd be a shame to waste an entire prep and not be able to compete. And I imagine a lot of you guys and girls that are out there that are prepped for contests know how heartbreaking it would be if you do an entire prep and then just can't compete, can't step on stage, can't show the hard work that you've, I suppose, done, and not be able to show that on stage. That would be definitely a tough pill to swallow. And also, I want to mention one more thing before I wrap up this video. The 2023 Chicago Pro Competitors List has been released. And since the release, there has been names added to this list as well. So we've got Blessing Awadabu, Stephen Daniels, Jonathan De La Rosa. So many people weren't expecting that name on there. He's coming out of the blue and he's making his return to the pro stage. So I'm incredibly excited about that. Aaron Gooley, Matt Kuba says Stanislas de Stanislas Deslongeau. So that's Stan Delongeau from the Bodybuilding University podcast, who decided to jump into this one. Emmanuel Longeria, Patrick Moore, Eric Ramirez, and Justin Shire. So I'm glad to see Stan jump in there. I'm glad to see Jonathan De La Rosa jump in there. And then we've got the names like Blessing Awadabu, Patrick Moore, and Justin Shire. So this show just got a whole lot more exciting. I will be doing my preview tomorrow as well for the 2023 Chicago Pro. So make sure you stay tuned to Desktop Bodybuilding. Subscribe, hit that notification bell button. That way you won't miss out on that or any future videos coming up from Desktop Bodybuilding. Also, if you did enjoy this one, give the video a like, smash that thumbs up button as well. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. I'm Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.